Hey, folks, this is Brian Owens again. This is going to be day 6 in the journey to build 8 apps by the end of the year and monetize those for additional revenue. So, this is, again, we're doing this every single day. Yesterday, we went through and I made a number of changes. One, not only to the app, but I was trying out and experimenting with a few different things. I want to catch you up on that, more specifically the portion when it comes to using AI to run customer interviews by developing characters inside of your space, right? It doesn't substitute at all going for and talking to real users. It doesn't substitute it, but it can help you provide enough information in order to kind of gain some insight into particular situations of individuals on a character basis, right? Like, because AI can fully embrace that character very much like a movie or TV show or whatever. It can fully embrace that character and that persona, and then you can talk back and forth with it, right? Like, I think that's one of the cool things about it. Again, it does not substitute it. It just, I think, enhances it and provides you with a little bit more information, a little bit more detail. Because again, one of the hardest things when it comes to developing new products is finding those customers to test with, to interview and things like that. That's one of the hardest things, especially when you're dealing with niche markets and things of that nature. It's a little bit more difficult when it comes to those pieces. So that's what I'm experimenting with right now. I completed 2 interviews yesterday, and it was actually pretty transformative. I think this can be something that can really help a lot of founders like myself, a lot of founders in other different industries and niches, be able to begin gaining more insight and information when it comes to that piece. So today, again, we're going through our daily check-in. I just want to give you a quick update on that. I got a lot of information. I had essentially 2 different hour-long interviews with essentially AI characters that provided some insights and things like that when it comes to this Daypath app. The second thing is I did make a couple changes. I fix a couple bugs, so actually I can take these off. So like I did fix his plan regeneration bugs. That bug what was experiencing was if I go over here and say regenerate plan, it would regenerate the plan, put me through the onboarding flow, and I have to re-put inside of my my new goal. And then from that point, what it was doing, it was having 2 different goals active, which is not what this app is about. It's about having your number one focus and focusing on completing that particular goal by whatever time period, in this case the end of the year, right? Like, so and it breaks it down in that way. So I was able to fix that. I also fixed a onboarding bug with the margin spacing because it was overlapping with the phone status bar menu or status bar menu, which was causing a lot of issues when it comes to just like visually it just didn't look right. Um so yeah, anyway, so let's get into today's what's the name here, and let's jump in. So today I completed 4 tasks. It says, "Hey, sounds like you had a productive yet grounded day. You made great strides in defining your app's value and researching AI interviews, all while carrying that clear-headed energy from relaxing break. It's awesome to see that chill out time fueled such a high level of strategic thinking, right?" Um, yeah, I think that is pretty accurate. I mean, yesterday, that day I had off, I think it was Thursday, really fueled yesterday, and I was able to really kind of power through, gain a lot of insights, and have a lot more information on changes and updates I can make to the app based on those 2 AI interviews. That's why I said I think it can be really transformative. I'm going to try to complete 4 more of those today. I want to get to 10 and then be able to analyze the results. I think that's something we can definitely talk about and kind of go moving forward with that way as well. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. How am I feeling? I'm actually feeling pretty on fire because of that AI interview thing. I think that really transformed how I'm thinking about this, how I'm thinking about building new apps on the platform and just I mean, not only platform, but new apps in the future, and how I'm going to integrate that AI interview strategy along with the ask method in order to, one, differentiate the specific maybe tools or features that the app should have. Also, what could be I can add as a pro subscription and things of that nature. I think it has a lot to do with it. So I'm on fire right now, man. I'm pretty excited. Um, let's put the gratitude. I'm a big person of the weather, so like I like to get outside. So I have, a garage that, I can sit out inside, in or sit in and when it's warm, and that's one of the things. So like I'm always talking about the weather here as far as the things I'm grateful for, and I was grateful for yesterday's weather. All right, cool. We're gonna move forward. All right, so here is the daily journal. So it says here are three prompts is providing. How can I channel today's high energy into my next app? What specific beauty in the spring morning am I grateful for? What current habits make you feel capable and alive? I'm going to actually talk about this one. So I'm going to pause it, and then we can kind of go from that point. What you see here, I've completed my journal entry for this morning. And yeah, we can keep moving forward. All right, so here are my tasks for today. I think the big thing here, as you can see, is all about completing these interviews. I think that's the biggest thing. I'm also going to actually suggest some tasks because I am feeling pretty energized. So let's see what. Um, oh, that's kind of cool. So here are some suggestions they have for implement one quick feature requested during the 4 customer interviews. Okay, I like that. Set up a Stripe payment link for Buy Me a Coffee button and landing page for both existing apps. Okay, don't want to do that. Draft a 3 season value proposition for each app to use in upcoming marketing. I actually like both of these. So we're going to add this one. We're going to add this one. So these three are going to be in addition to the 4 customer interviews. I have separated them out because I want to check them off individually. But yeah, here's my path for today. So next is going to go and um, request essentially, not a request, but it's going to, and this is right in line with what we were talking about here. So it's going to recommend, I said request, it's going to recommend um based on the task that I have for today, you know, this different things that it would say, hey, here's your number one priority, right? So in this case, we're right in line, gathering direct feedback. In this case, for example, let's just see what it says. Complete 1 of 4 customer interviews. Gather direct feedback through customer interviews is the only way to accurately audit your current apps and identify critical bug fixes needed to satisfy your weekly focus. Completing the first interview kicks off the discovery process, providing the qualitative feedback required. Yeah, and this is exactly it, right? Like this is exactly what this is for. And I think, like I said, it doesn't substitute real user interviews, but I think it can help supplement it to provide you even more insight going into those interviews, into those real customer interviews. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that as my number one priority. And then let's keep that it. And I think that's all we have for today. All right, thanks, folks.